If your doctor told you your shoulder is bone on bone, that you've got no cartilage left and a replacement is your only option, don't schedule a surgery until you watch this. I'm not against surgery. It can be absolutely necessary, but for most people I work with, nobody has ever tested or treated the 5 key areas that actually control their shoulder pain and function before sending them to the surgeon. Today I'll walk you through when surgery makes sense, when a Big 5 based movement approach is the better first step, and 3 gentle exercises you can try right now to see if the shoulder still has more potential than you've been told. I'm Dr. Seyforth, online shoulder rehab specialist with Comeback Performance. We help active adults, many in their 60s and 70s who've been told that they have arthritis, bone on bone, or nothing left to do, improve their pain, strength, and function through a one-on-one online coaching program. We've worked with people who could barely sleep on their side, couldn't lift a grocery bag or swing a golf club without pain, and were lining up for replacement. And by fixing how their whole system moves, they brought back years of their life and function without going straight to surgery. Most people who end up in the "you need a replacement" conversation have been through this. Basic shoulder exercises that only target the joint, cortisone shots every few months, maybe a few rounds of PT that look identical to what everyone else in the clinic is doing. Here's the problem. Most of that work is only aimed at the shoulder joint itself. You were given shoulder exercises for a shoulder symptom, but nobody addressed the 5 other areas that are overloading the joint in the first place. Surgery can change the hardware, but it doesn't fix the movement patterns and surrounding joints that create the overload. And surgery is permanent. There's no undo button. With the movement approach, we can test, adjust, and modify based on how your body responds. To really understand whether surgery is the only path or if there's more we can do, I want you to see the shoulder the way I do. I call it the Big 5. There are 5 areas that we have to specifically target to not only get rid of the shoulder pain now, but prevent it from coming back in the future. The 2 areas are going to be the neck and also the thoracic spine. If you cannot comfortably extend and rotate in these segments here, the next place that you have to find the motion is going to be the shoulder. Third area to address is going to be the shoulder blade itself. So we have our shoulder blade right here, and we have our shoulder. If our shoulder blade's not upwardly rotating enough, this is what happens. As we rotate, that ball is getting compressed between the shoulder and shoulder blade right there. That's where we're getting that impingement. The impingement can be on different tissues. It could be on bursa. If we look at this side, if we actually get the shoulder blade to upwardly rotate the entire way to that 60 degrees right there, we can lift our arm all the way up. We no longer have that impingement. We can also reach across our body and reach back, and that's going to significantly offload the shoulder and make it feel a lot better. 4th area that has to be addressed is going to be the shoulder itself. Shoulder is a ball and socket joint, meaning it needs to drop, roll, glide, and rotate a full 180 degrees. A problem in traditional medicine is we're given a bunch of strengthening exercises to a shoulder that can't get in half the positions. And then the 5th crucial area to address is going to be any nerve tension or referral that's coming from higher up that's translating into the shoulder. People with this presentation will do all the stretches in the book, go to bed, and when they wake up, all that tightness returns. It's because the area above the shoulder is not being addressed. Now, let me give you a simple picture for all that Big 5 area. Imagine your shoulder joint is like a busy roundabout in a city. It's designed to handle a lot of movement and traffic, but when one of the roads leading up to the roundabout, your neck, thoracic spine, first rib, or shoulder blade gets blocked or congested, the roundabout itself has to work harder to manage the flow. Over time, that extra strain can cause wear and tear like shoulder arthritis. If you want to ease the traffic at the roundabout, you don't only tear it up and rebuild the roundabout, you clear the surrounding roads by improving motion and control in your neck and upper back, freeing up your shoulder blade, and calming down those irritated nerves. You can reduce the strain on the arthritic shoulder joint itself. In real life, that often means less pain, more motion, and better sleep, even if your x-ray still says bone on bone. Now, I'm not fully against surgery. There are clear situations where it's the right move. A few examples where I tell people you need to see a surgeon. You're dropping things throughout the day with the affected arm because your strength has completely given out. You can't lower your arm down on your own once it's been lifted. This is a complete loss of strength and control. Or you've had a major trauma and lost function subtly, not gradually over the years. But a lot of people I talk to don't fit those red flags. They've had pain built over years, they can still move the arm, but it hurts, it's weak, and the imaging looks bad. They've only been given simple shoulder exercises and medications. For that group, a structured Big 5 based movement approach is almost always worth exhausting before you make a permanent surgical decision. If we change how the whole system moves and you get less pain, more strength, and better sleep, that's a big sign your shoulder had more potential potential than your scan suggested. If you want the same Big 5 framework we use with thousands of clients, I put the full guide down in the description for you. Now, let me give you 3 gentle starting movements I use as canary drills. These are not the whole program, but if they even give you a little relief or improved motion, it's a good sign a movement approach can help. Exercise 1 is a sidelying open book. The purpose is to free up your thoracic spine and rib cage so the shoulder doesn't have to steal all the motion. Lie on your side with your knees bent up to about hip height. Put a pillow under your head as needed. Hands together in front of your chest, palms touching. Slowly open up the top arm and back, following your hand with your eyes. Rotate as far as you comfortably can, then return to the start. You should feel a gentle stretch across your chest and upper back, not a sharp jab in the shoulder. Complete 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps on each side, once per day. Take note if one side rotates more than the other, as this can be contributing to why your shoulder is working harder than it should and leading to pain. Exercise 2 is a wall slide. The purpose is to teach your shoulder blade to move up and around the rib cage, creating space in the joint instead of jamming the front. Stand facing a wall with one foot slightly in front for balance. Place your hands on the wall at shoulder height with your elbows just off the wall. Gently press your hands into the wall. Slowly slide your arms up as you lean your chest slightly towards the wall at the top. Return with control, don't force through sharp pain. You're aiming for smooth, controlled motion. If you can only go partway without pain, that's fine. Work in that range and gradually build. Complete 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps, 2 times per day. And exercise number 3 is a banded cheerleader. The purpose is to wake up the muscles between your shoulder blades and around the shoulder joint that support arthritic-friendly alignment. Grab a light band with your palms up. Start with the band at chest height. Pull the band straight out in front of you, horizontal. Return, then pull diagonally. One hand high, one hand low. Alternate sides for the diagonal pulls. Think of this like cheerleader arms. Straight out to the side, diagonal left, diagonal right, always with control. Complete 2 sets at 3 to 4 reps in each direction. Now let's recap. These 3 movements are not meant to fix arthritis overnight. They're a way to ask your body a question. If we can improve motion, your upper back, teach your shoulder blades to move, and wake up the support muscles, does your shoulder respond? If after a few days of these you notice slightly less pain, a bit more ease getting your arm overhead, better sleep position options, that's evidence your system can still change. And that means it's worth fully exploring a Big 5 based rehab approach before committing to a shoulder replacement. If you've been told your shoulder is bone on bone and replacement is the only option, that might not be the full story. Surgery can be necessary but is permanent. A movement approach for a movement problem is adjustable. We can dial things up or down based on how your body responds. To help with that, I put together a Big 5 training guide that breaks down the exact 5 areas we talked about: your neck, thoracic spine, shoulder blade, shoulder joint, and nerves, plus the tests and exercises to start changing each one. You can download it using the link in the description. And if you want a personalized step-by-step plan so you can make an informed decision before surgery, then text me the word pain to 720-710-4371 to get a tailored step-by-step approach on how to permanently fix your shoulder pain. Our mission at Comeback Performance is to help over 1 million people around the world eliminate their shoulder pain, avoid unnecessary imaging, injections, and surgeries, and get their lives back. After you reach out, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out daily content based on your guys' questions on shoulder-related topics regarding pain and rehab. At Comeback Performance, the comeback is always stronger than the setback.